As someone who's been doing YouTube for about 2 years now, actually a little over 2 years, I think I have a pretty good understanding of how to grow a YouTube channel. Now, obviously, there's a bit of a disclaimer here. I have not started any of the YouTube channels I've actually, done, except for one that has been kind of on the side, but the one you're watching on, I'm kind of jumped in a bit late. This channel was formed a handful of years ago. I joined about 2 years ago. And then our main channel, Toasty Bros, that was formed over 10 years ago, and I've only been part of it, like I said, for about 2 years now. So I didn't start the YouTube channels, but I have seen people start YouTube channels around me in this creator space, and I have seen them grow astronomically. And I want to let you guys know on some things that I see them do that you might be able to take away from this video and grow yourself if you want to become a creator yourself. Because nowadays, there's tons of content online, there's tons of content creators. It feels like tons of people want to become content creators. So there's a lot to take away in this creator space, and a lot of people do things differently to grow in their own way. So today's video is going to be how to grow a YouTube channel or how to grow an online presence in general, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram or wherever you want to grow your online presence. Because honestly, it does seem a little daunting at first, and especially when you start this journey and you're not seeing much growth, it can be a little disheartening. So I'm going to give you guys some tips and pointers that I see myself and other creators doing to grow on YouTube and other places. Starting with the first one, and this is going to be the most important one. So if you're going to be clicking off this video in a bit, just make sure you watch all this one through so you can get this one piece of advice, because I think this is going to be the biggest one to help grow a channel of any kind. And that is going to be posting content a lot. Now, if you're going to be posting content on long form videos, especially, this is going to be one that's going to be pretty hard, but I think it's going to be one that is still really important. Now, how algorithm works on YouTube is basically you're going to be posting videos, and then YouTube's either going to recommend videos to that person, or the person's going to look up the video itself and then find the video that you posted. So I think the best way to grow naturally is just to have YouTube pushing your video. And the way to do that is to have people click on your video. Now, obviously, if you post one video, you get a really good one, and then you wait like a month and a half to the next post, sometimes those people's algorithms change, and then YouTube's not going to push your video to that same person. So the goal is to push your content to similar people, and then you can basically generate a subscriber. So I'd say personally the best way to grow a YouTube channel is just post a lot. And that is going to be the main takeaway for this whole video, is just post a lot. Even if it's at the sacrifice of the quality of each video, I think it's still important to kind of find a middle ground there. If you're still really trying to focus on high quality videos, I still really think it's probably okay to cut down on some of the quality just to post a little more frequently, because I'm personally someone who really enjoys making high quality videos, but after a few years, after finding my limited time constraints and things like that, it's usually a best thing for me to basically make a mix of both, to where I can produce a lot of content frequently and consistently, but also not sacrifice too much of my video quality. So that's kind of been where I've kind of set myself at. I know some people that just get into a room, press record, and they just go for like 10 minutes and they're done. They edit the video and post it, and that's it. And there are people like that, like Penguins Zero, I think his name's on YouTube, and he has millions of subscribers, and it's literally just him talking like half the time. So there are people that just pump content out, and people like that. And there's other people like Optimum, one of my favorite tech YouTubers, who puts in a lot of videography skills and just tons of work into his videos, and it shows very well. And there's two types of content creators like that: people who post every single day, and people who post every so often, but their video quality is insane. I think the only way that the insane video quality and high quality production content actually works is if you already have somewhat of an established presence on YouTube. Otherwise, if you're only posting like once every other month and they're good videos, they're just not going to have that good of a reach, unfortunately, unless you have that established presence kind of beforehand. So I think the biggest thing is to just post a lot, get a lot of people interested in your content, and then you can kind of step up the quality, and that might be able to expand your audience even more. Unfortunately, short form content is kind of the move right now, with TikTok being at its like all-time high. Instagram Reels is always insane. And then of course you have YouTube Shorts. I think there's so many outlets that you can post the exact same video to, and that will allow your content to kind of grow even faster. Obviously, if you're posting long form videos, the only real place you can post it would be on YouTube. And then when posting to your short form content platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, you can grow your channel a little faster given the fact that you're posting the same video to multiple platforms. And that's gonna be just getting your name out there and getting people to see your face. So if they're on a different app and they see your video or they see your face, they're probably going to be interested to watch that video if they do find your content interesting. So that's the main thing with shorts, and that's why so many content creators are like short form content primarily, because it's just so easy to grow on those platforms because there's so many platforms that are pushing that kind of content. So that's kind of the main thing with shorts, and unfortunately it is repetitive and sometimes it can be kind of boring, and not as interesting in different topics as long form. But if you can incorporate a bit of short form content into your main portfolio, I think it'll really help your channel grow in terms of numbers, especially because there's so many people on that short side of the community. So I think it's still beneficial to kind of tap into that just ever so slightly if you want to maximize the growth of your channel. And the last point we're going to be talking about today is going to be the dedication you have to content creation. Now, if you don't know what I mean by that, obviously content creation is a thing of itself. Now, when you see us in the tech space getting new PCs, getting new parts, getting new graphics cards, and just items in general, some people see content creators as just a form of getting new things or parts of your hobby that you can get for free, and then you just got to make a video on. So that might seem easy in practice, but in reality, I think content creation itself is a job. And obviously, some people don't love the term job for this kind of, content creator role, I guess you can call it. But at the end of the day, it basically is a job in terms of the level of work that you have to put into it. You have to put a lot of thought, planning. You have to work with brands. You got to do emails all the time. You got to, of course, film, edit, and then post the videos, and you got to reply to feedback and all this stuff. It is a job level amount of work. And although the work is fun, a lot of the time, it is still work that you have to do. So I think making sure you're okay and happy with doing that work, even on top of what you're already doing in terms of like a job to support yourself while you grow your channel, I think it's really important that you have to enjoy doing this kind of stuff if you really want to grow and create a large presence online. Because at the end of the day, it is a lot of work, and it may seem easy whenever people are just rapid firing content out there, but it is still a big job that you have to do on top of whatever you're already doing to support yourself. So that's going to be one thing I want to make sure everyone knows is you got to be happy doing it, and you got to love the actual process of creating content, because that in itself is the main thing that will keep you going. And if you like what you're doing and you enjoy creating the content, you'll continue to do so. And then the numbers and the success and everything like that is kind of secondary. And that's, I think, is the biggest thing, is as you like what you're doing, you might find other people that like what you're doing as well. And that's going to help grow your channel, because at the end of the day, if it's just a numbers game for you, it may not be as rewarding as you might think, especially for the first few years. But thanks for coming to my yapping session today. This video is kind of all over the place. I had someone reach out to me and ask me to give them some pointers and tips and important things that I think content creators should know and how to grow a YouTube channel. Again, these aren't exactly specific tips, but I think they're guidelines that you should follow and mindsets that you should keep your head in that will allow you to actually grow a YouTube channel. Because at the end of the day, it is a kind of like a mind game. It is a lot of feedback from online people that just love dropping some comments on your videos, and it's a lot of work, and it is also a lot of fun at the same time. So there's a lot to this, I'm gonna call it hobby and job, but I think it's a fun one, and I'm glad to be doing it every week and every single day. So thanks for watching that if you all did, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.